What's up, KitaSean? KitaSean here. So we're going to go ahead and do another servant spotlight video, and we're going to go ahead and do it on one of my favorite servants to use in the game right now, Gilgamesh Caster. Gilgamesh Caster is a permanent 4-star servant that first appears in Babylonia, so the NA version, you guys are getting it pretty soon, so definitely when he comes out, you're gonna absolutely love him. He's great as a support, great as a sub attacker, even as a main attacker. So let's go ahead and go straight into his skills, then team, and then CEs and everything else. All of Gilgamesh's skills are AoE to allies. King's Return A increases critical star drop rate for 3 turns, level 1 50% and level 10 100%. Already a very strong skill at level 1, but at level 10 100%, making him very useful in those crit teams. Doesn't matter if it's arts, quick, or buster. So definitely if you have a main attacker that relies on crit damage, Gilgamesh Caster is very useful as a support slash sub attacker because all his other skills, Charisma A+ increases the attack of all allies, level 1 10.5% and level 10 21%. I feel like they should maybe upgrade this if they're ever going to give Gilgamesh Caster an upgrade, because 21% is just like, this seems really weird, that 21%. So if anything, maybe they can increase it to 25% or even 30%. Maybe 30% is asking too much because he's already really strong, but I think they should be able to increase Charisma A+'s percentage a little bit. Gilcaster's third skill, Sovereign of the Magic Wands EX, is definitely great for arts teams. Increase arts card power by 3 turns, increase debuff success rate for 3 turns, boast 20% at level 1 and level 10 30%. So just by looking at his skill set, he is great as a support caster. Not only that, he buffs himself as well, so he's great as a sub attacker, and depending on your team setup, he can also become your main attacker, which we'll talk about in a bit. But let's go ahead and talk about his class skills and his noble phantasm now. His class skills are Item Construction Fake A, increase debuff success rate by 10%, Territory Creation A, increase art card effectiveness by 10%, and Divinity B, apply damage plus 175. Gilgamesh Caster's Noble Phantasm is an arts AoE Noble Phantasm called Minimum Dingir, increases defense of all allies. Of course, it does damage towards the enemy, and on overcharge, it decreases defense of all enemies for 3 turns. His card lineup is going to be 1 quick, triple arts, 1 buster, quick does 2 hits, arts does 5 hits, buster does 6 hits, extra attack does 5 hits, noble phantasm does 10 hits. So he does a lot of hits with all his cards except for his quick card. But King's Return A is definitely a skill to level up first because of all the hits that he can do. He can gain crit stars like that. Charisma A+ is probably the second skill you want to level up, then it's his third skill. The best attack pattern for Gilgamesh Caster is obviously going to be Arch Chain because of the 3 arts cards in his deck. It makes it very easy for him to Arch Chain with the other servants in your team. Gaining critical stars is going to be very easy because of his first skill. Not only that, arts cards do a lot of hit, and you also have his third skill that buff arts cards, so he's going to do a lot of damage with his Arch Chains. I believe Gil Caster works in any team, but because of the Arch Chain that he can do, his Arts Noble Phantasm, and the arts buff that he has, he definitely works best in an arts team. Of course, if you talk about arts team, Tamamo no Mae Caster is going to be the first name that comes up. Arts Chain is very easy, great arts support. Of course, you can use the both of them as supports. If not, you can use Gil Caster as a main attacker and throw in someone else like Waver as a support, so that you can basically have 3 supports in the front line and a main attacker, which is going to be Gilgamesh Caster. He's going to take on 2 roles basically. And then you can also throw in Narrow Bride as a support and sub attacker, or you can change the roles for Gilgamesh. He can just be the sub attacker and support, because both of them, they are great when it comes to attack and support. And then of course, Mordred Rider is going to be a really good one. You can use the Mordred system. Of course, Gilgamesh can actually MP span as well. So just bring that team setup with Narrow Bride, Tamamo, and Gil Caster in there, and then it should be a-okay with the MP spam. Sherlock Holmes is a great support because of the Arch Chain. Crit damage and crit gain is very easy with him. Janna the Arc Ruler is also really good for protection, basically stall. Arch Chain is really easy with her as well. You can also protect with Mashu if you really want to. Kiara is also a really good main attacker because of the Alter Ego class. So if you really need an Alter Ego, then it's definitely great to bring her as an attacker and Gilgamesh Caster as her support and sub attacker. Arturia Arch Archer is going to be a no-brainer when it comes to a main attacker because she's an art servant. She's single target. Her MP gain is really good. Her crit damage is really good. She has a skill that buff male servants, and Gilgamesh is a male servant, so he works very well as a sub attacker. He can do a decent amount of damage like that. And then of course Tamamo Lancer works well because she also has this skill that buff male servants, and her crit damage is actually really good as well. So both of these swimsuit servants work very well with Gilgamesh. Hokusai will obviously be really good because of her art skills, and then you also have BB as a great main attacker as well. And some berserkers like Vlad can work very well because Arch Chain is really easy for him. He can actually protect himself as well by defense up, and he can also buff himself, so he's really good as a main attacker as well. Chacha, Nobu Berserker, Heroine X Alter, very good with crit gain, so they can be used as main attackers as well. So again, Gilgamesh Caster actually works with everyone in this game, but definitely works best when it comes to Arts team. My go-to CE is obviously going to be anything with Arts up because of the 3 Arts cards in his deck. His Noble Phantasm is Arts, Arch Chain is very easy with him. You can also use anything with crit gain or critical damage up because the hits on his cards, and not only that, he gains a lot of crit, so extra crit doesn't hurt. But Kaleidoscope is also a choice that you can do if you really want to use his Noble Phantasm right away, but I would always choose Arts up. So that was my spotlight video on Gilgamesh Caster. He actually got a new sprite not too long ago from the 3rd swimsuit event. Not a swimsuit outfit, more like a vacation outfit, I guess you can say. Just really ikemen looking Gilgamesh. I really like it. He's actually holding like a golden iPad looking thing. I think it's a golden iPad, that's what it looks like. But yeah, it's really awesome that they gave him a new sprite. Kind of wish it was a swimsuit version actually. But Gilgamesh Caster is definitely one of my favorite servants to use in the game, even right now. Like, he's so much fun to use, like, you cannot go wrong with him. But yeah, Gil Caster, definitely a great servant to pick up. And again, he's coming pretty soon for the NA version, so for those who are playing the NA version, definitely try and roll for him because he's going to be a great servant in your lineup. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped out a little bit, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the Babylonia anime. How about you guys? Comment down below if you guys are, and if you guys want to see me do another servant spotlight video, go ahead and comment down below on who you guys want to see next, and I'll definitely do it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.